So there's that. So Better Call Saul, I've been watching it. I kind of stopped watching it for a bit to record this episode, and I'm gonna sort of try and watch it every few days now because I've kind of been binging the show. So, for those who don't know what Better Call Saul is, it's the prequel to Breaking Bad, where instead of we're following the titular character Walter White, it is now Jimmy McGill, who is who is Saul Goodman's persona before Breaking Bad, and before that it was Jimmy McGill before that. So there's that, and it's about 6 seasons, but I'm only on season one right now, and I've got to say that I am enjoying it. Some of the characters that you might find in this series is characters like Nacho, Saul Good, Jimmy McGill's character brother Chuck, who's kind of not, he's obsessed with not going outside. And there's like an episode where when he goes outside, he freaks out and he has all this like foil on his body and all of that. So there's all of that, and so that's some of the characters. There's also some other characters like Hannon and oh, he's Hamlin. I think actually his name's Hamlin, not Hannon. Right? He's a lawyer, law firm dude. So you get that, and that's what the show is about, and I am enjoying it. I don't think it compares to Breaking Bad just yet. It's only 6 episodes here, and it got interesting in the first 2 episodes because there's this whole thing with how Saul got these scooters to the scooter guys or what? Oh no, the skateboarders. Sorry, the skateboarder guys where they're riding these skateboards and they do this bet where they have $2,000 or whatever to get hit by this car, and the lady or the person cannot move, but it's like a hit and run, so they end up going to that lady's house. But what I didn't expect to see was the fact that Tuco from Breaking Bad was gonna be at the other side of the door. Turns out in the next episode he was the grandson of this lady, and the skateboarder guys call his granny a biz snatch, and it was hilarious. And it's just, it's just your typical quintessential Tuco energy right there. There's that, and I do like Chuck's character. He's quite an interesting character, but it still just feels a bit like a comedy. Nacho's character, he's an interesting character because now it got a bit spicy with him and Saul in those few episodes. Another thing to add about Better Call Saul right now is there's the theme song, the and I feel like with the breaking, how the whole Breaking Bad stuff with the memes and YouTube Shorts. Well, I've got this thing where I've seen tons of memes about like Saul's face like zoomed in like that. I'll see if I can. I'll show it to you right now. Right. I will show you this. I've got it right here, so I won't take too much time to show you. So that's the face of Saul Goodman in the memes that I've been seeing, and there's like this bass boosted thing. Bass boosted, as we've talked about that like a while ago on the James Allen show. The bass boosted was like, like the bass is so boosted. So I'll show you that as well. But whenever I come to think of the theme now, that's just like burned into my memory, and that's what memes and like short form content is doing to us now. Like when we see something in short form content, it's like, oh, it's so cool when we see it on something else, stuff like that. Just the consumer generation at this point, right? So I'm gonna show you it. I won't mess around too much though. Stupid ads on YouTube as well. Hold on. Yeah, I think I've said this before on the podcast, but I tried to one of the times when I tried to like play a video to show you an example of what I was talking about. There was like tons of ads just playing, and I've said that before that I just hate it when ads play on YouTube because I'm trying to show you a video here, but there's too many ads on YouTube. So this is what it sounds like. Yeah, it's really weird, but I mean, there's a lot of memeable things about this Breaking Bad universe. So so far, so far with Better Call Saul, it's not as good as Breaking Bad just yet, but I'm only in the early stages, like I've said a few times here. So I will give it more of a watch. Also, Mike is in it as well. Mike from Breaking Bad is in it. He's starting to make more of an appearance, and there's this whole meme with him being called the kid named Finger because Jimmy McGill only laid a finger on him. So there's all of that stuff, right? I'm sort of going on and on about Better Call Saul, but I do recommend it. And maybe one day when we finish Better Call Saul, I'll rewatch Breaking Bad, because I've heard that once you watch Better Call Saul first and then Breaking Bad, it plays differently because you're seeing the events that happened before Breaking Bad and then after Breaking Bad. Like, I know I talked about the Salamancas and how Gus got revenge on them, but apparently in Better Call Saul, there's this whole plot where you kind of see like Gus's history with the Salamancas. So it'll be interesting to see how that kind of whole thing ramps up and stuff like that. So you've got all that stuff, right, where I'm starting to watch more of Better Call Saul and getting into that series. I would have gotten into Better Call Saul earlier, but there's just been too much content to keep up with at this stage that trying to come back to other shows was a bit hard.